Hello. Why is giving your babies hard Munchables and your children raw veggies important? I want to know when the last time you ate a fresh fruit or vegetable was. And I want you to think about that experience. I know that growing up, I lived what you would call city poor. And so most of our foods were processed. Um, and it was very soft. Canned raviolis, cheeseburgers, frozen foods, canned vegetables, all soft. Chips, even fast food is soft. And so when I was looking into my own history, the PCOS, trying to get that figured out. And growing up, I went on lots of diets. And what do these diets do? They're not teaching you how to eat better foods, they're teaching you how to eat less. And what do they do with fruits and vegetables? They throw it in a blender and they blend it up. And so digestion starts in the mouth. There's a digestive enzyme that's released when you're chewing, and that is where digestion starts. So not only are you getting the motor component, but you're really getting support inside your gut by chewing. Another component of my childhood that a lot of people can relate to is not only was it very soft, but it was also rushed. We had, 5 minutes to eat dinner. You eat your dinner, you eat all your dinner, you don't talk at the table, and it's just what it is. And so, my childhood, and I've talked to lots of people, and it kind of matches, sets the body up for failure. We eat soft foods so we don't get the jaw work. We eat fast so we don't get the digestive enzyme to help our gut. And we eat all of our food, which means we are not building good responsive feeding skills within ourselves. And that plays a huge role in how we look at food as an adult and then what we pass on to our children. And so when I first went down this journey, I'm eating raw veggies, and I remember telling someone it just takes so long to eat and I get tired. And so looking back, I realized that my jaw was weak because it was not used to eating those raw fruits and vegetables. It got tired and fatigued because the length of time that was needed to chew those, it was longer than the soft foods. It took me longer to eat because I was chewing longer, and I wasn't just chew and swallow, chew and swallow. And all of those are really important components to recognize. And so now what am I trying to do for my babies, and the information I'm trying to pass on is that they need the work. They need the jaw work. They need the time to sit down and consume. They need to learn to chew, and they are watching you. So if you're giving them red beans and rice and there's nothing hard, and when you put the spoon of red beans in your mouth and you swallow, that is what they are learning to do. And it may sound silly, but take some time to even chew the soft things. So put it in your mouth and then swallow. They can see that and they will imitate that. Let them have the time. And so I always encourage self-feeding from them from the beginning. And so if they are dipping their fork in puree and bringing it to their mouth, watch how much time they spend with each individual bite. versus you feeding and you spoon and they swallow and you spoon and they swallow. That isn't doing anything for their digestion because there's no chewing, there's no mixture of that enzyme, and it's not doing anything for their jaw. Whereas when they self feed, they sort of munch a little bit, move it around, and then swallow. So it's a huge difference. And then as they get older, your child is not safer by not giving them harder things, because eventually they will be exposed to those harder things. And I want them to have the skills to be able to handle it. And so apples, bell peppers, a carrot sticks, celery sticks, those are all real meats that they have to sit and chew, are really, really good, not just for them to learn how to eat, taking the time to eat, to manipulate the food, but for their jaw strength too. So when is the last time that you ate a raw fruit or vegetable? And when you go eat your next one, are you taking the time to break it down and chew it? Or are you breaking it down just enough to swallow it? So pay attention to those things. It all matters, and it can all make a huge difference in the way your body feels, but also the strength you give your body. I hope that helps.